Howdy hey everybody and welcome. So today's little lesson and video is all about adding features to a house and making them look a little better. So you guys have learned how to do like a pole building at this point. You've learned how to do windows and doors and stuff, but now we're just going to keep diving into more and more features of a home. And so today I've got a little list of things I want to go over. And so I'm going to show you guys how to do a dormer on the roof, how to do a chimney on the roof, how to get like some really good looking windows, along with that like a garage door, and then possibly some trim around the house. So I'm going to start off first with the dormer. And a dormer takes place up here on the roof, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the line tool. I'm going to click somewhere on the roof and I'm going to make my line actually come off. See how it's like on that green axis? It's going to come off along that green axis. And then from there, I'm going to go back down onto the roof and then back up. And you should get a triangle like so. And then from here, you push and pull it across. Okay. Now, there's a couple of different things you can do from here. One of the things I'll show you is putting a gable on the top. And a gable is just a triangle at the very top of it. Very simple and easy to do. And then you push that gable in, and now we have a dormer. Okay, now along with dormers, usually dormers typically have a window, which I'll show you how to do that here in a minute, but that's how we do a dormer. Now, other dormers you might have seen have a little bit difference to them. Another way you can do it is you can grab this front line and pull it down a little bit, like so, okay? And then I like to use the offset tool, and I offset the roof outside like that. I erase these middle lines. I guess you don't really need to erase them. You can actually just hide them if you really wanted to. You can just do that by holding down Shift and selecting them and then hiding those lines. And then you just raise it up. And now you have a little dormer on the top of your ceiling like so. Okay? Now, I'm going to hit pause, and then I'll show you guys how to do the chimney. Okay, a chimney is done very similar to a dormer. Again, using the line tool, you click on the roof, and you have it come out using the left, right, up, and down arrows. We want to come out on the green axis, back down to the roof, and then back, creating this triangle on our roof. And then I push and pull that triangle over. Now, last time we just added a gable at the top, but this time I'm actually going to take my chimney up, like so. Probably a weird spot to put a chimney on a roof, but we're just going to go with it, right? And then from here, at the very top, I'm going to actually offset the top like this. And then I use that push-pull tool to bring that chimney down, like so. Now, chimneys typically have a chimney cap, but for now we won't worry too much, but that is how you do a chimney on the roof. Just like a dormer, but then you bring it up and kind of fill it in from there. All right, now let's make some good looking windows. I'm going to put a window on my dormer here, right? I'm going to put a nice looking window here. How we go about doing the windows, and I already showed you that we usually start with a rectangle. And then I showed you to offset it on the outside and then pull that out to create a good looking trim, kind of like little trim around it, so you get some little depth to it like so. But before you do that though, here's what I want to do. I want now to actually crisscross my window like this. I'm going to go from the midpoint down. And I don't know, we'll go midpoint across. But I'm actually going to offset each one of these little windows like this. Okay. So now I've kind of created a better looking window feature to it. I'm now going to erase these middle lines. And now if I take this and I pull out my trim, and I kind of pull out my grids a little bit, I have a little more depth to my windows. And now I kind of have just a little bit better feature of a window looking right there. So that's how we do the windows. All right, I'm going to pause, and the next thing I want to show you is a garage door. All right, everybody. So now the garage door, I'm going to make the garage right over here on my home, okay? And the garage is typically done by using our rectangle tool. We're going to start with a rectangle. And then I'm actually going to offset it going outward like so. Notice I put these lines underneath. Just erase those. Don't want them. And then if you pull this out, this is kind of the garage door trim, and you push this back, now you have that kind of garage door frame, and then here's your garage door. Now there's lots of different ways you can go about making the garage door the way you look. I'm just going to kind of really quickly add a couple of little windows on the top, on the front here. And there's, again, lots of tools to make these super precise. But right now we're just learning the very basics of this. So I'm not going to fret too much about it right now. But there are definitely tools that will make these the exact same shape and copy. I mean, gosh, probably in reality, I guess I could just do this. Control C and then Control V. There we go. Copy and paste, right? Control V, copy and paste. Control V, copy and paste. Control V, copy and paste. I definitely like the way of making things look in the offset. So I definitely like to offset things like so. And then kind of giving some depth by maybe pulling them out just a little bit. And again, mine's not quite the most perfect in the world, but I'm just kind of speed showing you how to do this. That looks actually ends up looking terrible. But then I would offset these windows and whatnot to create. There's all sorts of things. You can draw these lines, get the panels in there, but that's for the most part how to do a garage door. Like I said, typically you have those lines going across, which you can draw those lines going across on there. And you can just erase that. And so it has that kind of look to it. Control Z, get out of there. And that does actually end up looking a little bit better. But okay, next I'm going to show you stairs. Okay, so now here we are on the kind of the front porch area of my home, and I'm going to make some stairs and they'll lead up to a door. Stairs aren't too bad. We grab our rectangle tool, and let's make sure we're working now on the blue axis. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of do this pad right here. In fact, I'm going to get a couple of stairs in here, so I'm going to click, click, make sure I'm on the blue axis. Click, and I'm going to do one more. Click, click, and then kind of go on the blue axis again. There we go. I use the up arrow to force it to the blue. So now, if I grab these, I can pull them up and create kind of this little stair path leading up to my doorway. If you want to clean it up, go to the side, erase those lines, erase these lines. Now I have a little stair pad. And of course you can do all sorts of different things. You could have made it where the offset and raise it up so then there's stairs on all around it. But I'm just going to kind of focus on doing the basics today. Okay, so now you know how to do windows, dormers, chimneys, garage doors, stairs, and of course we can add windows all around my house. But there's one more thing I want to show you guys how to do, and it is the glass sliding doors. Typically you see these in the backyard and stuff like that. And so a glass sliding door is a bigger door in the back of the house. So I'm going to start with a rectangle. Say I make it like this. All right, so now I'm actually going to draw a line right down from the middle to the bottom like so. Then I'm going to offset those like so, and then erase that. Again, I like to pull it out just to get a little depth to it. If you really want, you can take it all the way to the bottom, but my glass sliding doors have this kind of look to it. In fact, my glass sliding doors actually have that middle line down the middle as well. And then you could even take this side and offset it in a little bit more, so it kind of looks like one's going to slide and the other's not. And then, using my bucket tool, I add some glass in there. And of course you can add a handle and little things like that. But as I go around now at this point, I can add my little features to everything, especially the glass in the windows, to the garage. Of course, I can then get some roofing on here, make my roofing look good. Probably put some lap siding. That is definitely some brick. For my chimney, of course, make that all brick. And that's kind of up to you and how you want to design your home and stuff. But these are how you do a couple of features on the home. Thanks, everybody. Okay, and then this is just like, once you finally get these little details in here, your project looks so much better. Like now I'm starting to see like the idea of a home and things like that. Once I get these windows, these doors, the garage doors, I get some color, I get some depth to the gables and things like that. Now it's starting to look more like a home rather than just kind of a funky little project. So anyways, thanks.